What's up, Quarter Pounders, and welcome to Wave Potter Discovers Week in Review. We got some exciting artists to talk about this week, so let's just jump into it. The first one I'm going to talk about was Yoyoka's cover of Blurred Lines.
Everybody get up.
Ooh, she's got the cowbell in there. And this was requested by Glen Black. Now, I gotta be honest, I was a little shocked when this song popped up in my feed because, you know, it's pretty spicy, but Yoyoka absolutely nailed it. I saw a lot of comments from her fans about this being a song that they really would have never listened to before, but Yoyoka took it and made it something that even us rockers can really enjoy. Great dynamics. How can I not mention that middle section during that really spicy rap where Yoyoka just turned it into a full-out drum solo? Ooh. She demonstrated so many classy techniques during that part. The way she transitioned to halftime in the middle. I did not see that coming. Whoa. Halftime just gave me goosebumps. It was such goosebumps. It was such a cool transition. She held it together so well, flowing from one technique to the next. Halftime. Such a cool drum solo and professional performance. Also, I want to mention again, Yoyoka just launched her Patreon this week, so please consider going to support her and her family so she can keep playing music. I know she has the talent and the work ethic, but it's expensive to go around playing shows and stuff, traveling to collaborate with different artists. And the Soma family, most of their funding comes from fans, so please consider going to help her keep following her dreams because she has potential to go so many cool places in the future. But the next song was a Fishbone song, Everyday Sunshine, and this was requested by Patron 40 Silver. Now, this was such a blast to listen to and to watch. It had such a great funky feel, and I really appreciated how the drummer would switch up the patterns a lot. Really cool drums too. Rather than being stuck on straightforward beats, there was a lot of cool offbeat play and some fun dropped notes within the patterns to keep things fun and interesting. Like instead of hitting the snare on the 3 like you would expect, drop that and then hit it later to funk it up a bit. My only complaint is that they blocked my video after the YouTube scans let me publish it. I don't know why it didn't get blocked during the copyright scan, because then I'm sending out a notification to people and then they go to click on it and the video's not there. That sucks. You want all those scans done before you publish it so people can actually watch it when they click on it. In general though, this video was really fun to watch. You could tell the band was having fun, they were enjoying themselves. What a fun group of guys. Just a shame that through the passage of time, who knows who owns this song now and who blocked it. But anyway, the next song was Nightwish, I Want My Tears Back, and this was requested by Mack Lundy. Now, this song's been stuck in my head since I first heard it. It's such a catchy sound, and there's so much emotional passion behind it. This was my first time really being able to differentiate between the different member lineups of Nightwish, and it was really interesting to see those two versions back to back. The first one, Marco was singing while playing bass, and he had such a powerful and unique voice for this song. Dude, Marco's beard is so cool. I love that. The braids. It was really an irreplaceable vocal tone. But Troy did a heck of a job with it while also delivering the Ilian pipes throughout the whole thing. Those pipes give that song such a cool organic feel. Nightwish has such a great lineup. You can tell that there's a lot of thought put into who is going to be in the band to deliver the songs well. The emotional weight and impact of the song can really be felt, even though it's Tuomas's vision for the song. All the members really help deliver that to maintain all of the emotion and the weight that it was written with. His compositions are so fascinating, so intricate, so well thought out, and the band, including Floor, delivers on it so well. I mean, Floor breathes this life and spirit into everything she touches. It's just incomparable. It was a very layered song, both emotionally and structurally. Now, the next video I watched was Kent Nishimura playing a Chicago cover of 25 or 6 to 4. Like how he's using his whole arm to play the kick drum. And this was requested by BM for Life. Now, Kent is another one of those guitarists that's in a completely different league to 99.9% of all guitarists, up there with Tommy Emmanuel and Ali Bata, those acoustic fingerstyle masters. This cover was already mind-blowing on the melodic and bass side of things, but what really blew me away was the incredible rhythmic pocket that Kent has. Wow, that's a nice groove. I mean, he plays the part of the drummer on top of everything else he's doing. As a drummer, having a good pocket is really important. It's the combination of precision and feel, and being locked into the tempo grid while also giving the music that great vibe. Doesn't sound like you're listening to a drum machine, but everything is still locked into place. And then people can really vibe to it and really bop to it. I've been drumming for 28 years now, and yet my pocket isn't anywhere near as good as Kent's here. And I'd say it's probably better than the majority of drummers out there, because he just has such a great driving rhythmic feel to his covers, on top of all the other cool things he's doing. So that was very interesting. Next was SERINGAI with Adrenaline Marusa, and this was requested by Rizki. Oh yeah. I love tom-driven drum patterns like this. Well, this was a really interesting song. I loved the organic rock feel that it had, and the video was a lot of fun to watch. The song was very heavy guitar riff driven. Ooh. Cool. And the drums had a really great tone. They were well tuned with minimal processing. Just loved that grungy rock sound. It was also really cool to see the band not taking themselves too seriously, especially at the end when they all got beat up by a martial artist. Another thing I enjoyed was that white Gibson SG, which has been my dream guitar for 20 years, ever since that 2002 DVD of Paul McCartney came out back in the US, where his guitarist, Rusty Anderson, was playing one. But I also appreciated the amp setup because the guitarist had the Mesa Boogie triple rectifier, which is really cool, and the bassist had an orange bass amp stack, just like this next band I'm going to talk about. You know them because I won't shut up about them, BAND-MAID. And this week I watched the song Youth. Whoa. And it was requested by the Yellow Clip, who you also may have heard of. Shout out to the BAND-MAID community Discord and to Orange, who just put out the BAND-MAID Nippon radio show with subtitles and animations. Such a cool project. Make sure you go check that out if you haven't yet. I'll put the card on top whichever side it's on. But I'm starting to think BAND-MAID has a few secret formulas that they go into writing each song with. You know, they seem to be masters of keeping things fresh throughout, featuring each member of the band very well, and just captivating their audience. But one of the approaches they have to writing music, I feel like I'm finally starting to catch on to. They often have these very interesting and intricate arrangements in the verse, and then they open things up more in the chorus, let it breathe more. But throughout the first two groupings of verse, chorus, what the heck? They're doing it again. The second verse extravaganza. They steadily build up all the way through, making things more and more intense as they go, or more and more interesting as they go, depending on what they're feeling like in that song. But then Misa and Akane will do this really cool instrumental build up after the second chorus. Leading into an epic solo from Konami. And then like a softer bridge with featuring the vocals. Misa's work under this part is beautiful, something like that. And then finally finish up with a set of choruses and a very unexpected ending that you don't see coming. Now, obviously, they have more than this one formula. They have all kinds of different ways of writing songs, but that's just one that I've caught on to that's really cool. It's really inspiring. I want to try to copy them next time I go into trying to write original music, which will hopefully be sometime soon. I'm always diddling with riffs and song ideas, but never have time to actually make them into something. But the structure has a great blend of dynamics, musicianship, and it's a pretty common structure, you know, verse, chorus, bridge, solo, chorus, end, you know, but no one else can deliver it the way BAND-MAID can. Konami is a mad genius at composition, and Youth is another great example of that. And even with all that compositional effort making this extremely high quality song, it still didn't make it onto the main album or any public album. It was a bonus track on the Unseen World, or with the Unseen World stuff, that you could only get through the, I don't even know where it was, but the fact that it's not on a public album is crazy because it is such high quality. But that really speaks to the quality that BAND-MAID puts out in all their music. They have a very high standard for what they're going to put out that really shows. In my opinion, Unseen World should be in the top 10 or even top 5 greatest rock albums of all time. Of course, that's just my opinion, and yes, I am biased, but I hope they make their way to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as soon as possible. Anyway, that's it for my week in review. Thank you so much for watching. Pound the like button if you enjoyed this, and subscribe and ring that buddy bell, because if you don't turn on all notifications with that bell, I don't know if subscribing makes that much of a difference. But thank you so much to all my patrons for helping me to keep doing this. Also, be sure you're subscribed to Gaijin Guys, the new podcast I'm doing with Ranmir, Champ of Medium, and Dicodec. And also, check out my new interview series where I interview musicians. Don't forget Yoyoka's Patreon is launched. All that stuff, and the BAND-MAID Nippon radio show. There's so much big news this week, but I'll make sure all those links are below. If you'd like to request songs that will end up in my week in review, you can always join my Patreon, join my channel membership, or visit my website below, and then I will eventually react to them and they will end up in this video. But that's where I'm going to wrap it up. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.